If you talk to any person who's owned a mini series iPhone, they'll tell you one thing. It's that they love it. And me included. I'm filming this video on an iPhone 13 mini. And most people I know who've owned a mini series iPhone love their mini series iPhone. And it makes me a little sad that there's rumors that they're gonna kill it. There's something just so friendly about the size of iPhone 13 mini. It fits in your hand in a way that doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel like I'm holding a tiny phone, but I'm definitely not holding a big phone either. It's effectively the same screen real estate as an iPhone 8 Plus in the body style of an iPhone 5S, and that's something I really like. Yeah, sure, it's a little bigger than a 5S, but it doesn't matter. The size is great. I can use it with one hand, which is the first time I've been able to say that about my personal phone since I owned an iPhone 5. Just some backstory. I purchased my iPhone 13 mini in January of 2022, so January of this year, at my local Apple store. I bought the 256 gigabyte Starlight version because the 128 gigabyte version was out of stock in Starlight. And there was no way I was going for any of the other colors because honestly, I kind of don't like any of the colors except for maybe Midnight, but like everything I own is silver in color. My Apple Watch, my MacBook. I'm not getting a black phone. That would be dumb. Honestly, I don't make use of the 256 gigabytes of storage. It's just kind of there. I would have been fine with a 128. I mean, if they gave me a 256 for the price of a 128, I wouldn't have complained, but I did pay an extra $100 or so for the 256, and I don't use it. There is one thing I do happily pay for, and that's Apple Care. I scratched my phone screen because I didn't use a screen protector, and then I ended up cracking it somehow. Even though I didn't really drop it, it just kind of cracked in my pocket, I guess. So I was able to get a screen replacement for $30 under Apple Care, and it was great. And I put a screen protector on this time because God knows I'm not doing what I did before, because what I did before was a monstrosity. Please use a screen protector on your iPhone 7 or later because it will scratch. Okay, all that, whatever that was, out of the way. Let's talk about a battery on iPhone 13 mini. Note, I owned an iPhone XR prior to my iPhone 13 mini, and supposedly the iPhone XR was supposed to have really good battery. I never experienced good battery life on my iPhone XR. My iPhone XR had awful battery life. It might be because I ran the iOS 13 beta on it, and it screwed the phone up somehow. That's very possible. I had two iPhone XRs, actually. The first one was awful, the one that I ran the iOS 13 developer beta on. And then the second one was okay, but still bad, and I never ran a beta on that phone. I got the second XR under Apple Care after I cracked the back glass on my first one and got a replacement for $100 under Apple Care. So that boring stuff out of the way. Battery on my iPhone XR was awful. Battery on iPhone 13 mini is better than my XR somehow. Even though the phone is multiple points of inches smaller, it is smaller, much smaller in fact, and the battery is really good. That's probably because I'm still running launch firmware. I'm still on iOS 15. I ran the iOS 16 beta for about 3 days, and battery was worse, but still okay. And I was like, I don't want to run a beta, so I went back to iOS 15. And iOS 15 has been what I can only describe as almost stable as a rock. I've had very few bugs since I got my iPhone 13 mini on iOS 15. Battery was kind of nasty on 15.4, but after 15.4 the battery got a lot better. So overall, battery life has been really good on iPhone 13 mini. I do contribute that to the fact that I just use my phone less now. I'm guessing smaller phone just kind of made me use my phone less somehow. Just subconsciously. I don't even think about using my phone less. I'm just using my phone less. And that's really nice. I don't always like to be I'm not one of those people who's always on their phone, even though I kind of am. I don't find a lot of value in using my phone a whole bunch. I don't know. It sounds like a very boomer thing for me to say, but I don't know. I am just organically using my iPhone less now, though, so I guess that's good. The only days I find myself having less than desired battery is when I have, like, extended period of time off and I'm on my phone a lot, then maybe I'll get home and I need to charge my phone before I go to work. Something like that. But I haven't run into too many days like that, and my phone has been surviving just fine. I use my phone mostly for music and Discord and, like, iMessage and, like, phone calling. That's all I really do on my phone. I don't do a whole bunch. I keep forgetting that we're talking about battery. MagSafe wireless charging is fast and somehow really good for your battery health. I haven't had any problems with my battery health. My battery health is still at 100%, even 8 months after buying the phone. Okay, battery out of the way now. Let's talk about the other thing that I find interesting about the 13 mini, and that is, weirdly enough, 5G. Now, I'm a T-Mobile customer, and I get 5G low band at my house. So when I'm inside my house, I get low band 5G, and it's pretty much just as fast as LTE. I don't have any complaints when I'm using low band 5G. It's been fine. What's really cool is I can leave my house, walk about 20 feet down the road, and get ultra capacity 5G, which is T-Mobile's fancy branding for mid-band. I don't know why. I don't like when carriers do stupid names. I don't like 5GE, even though that's LTE on AT&T. I don't like that. But whatever, I'll ignore it for this point. 5G UC is good. It's mid-band, and I get far faster speeds than I would on my home Wi-Fi, which is really dumb, because I haven't found a single use case for it where it would be useful. Maybe if I was downloading like a big app, or if I was downloading video files or something to edit off of, I could find that useful. But I have a limited data plan because I use T-Mobile prepaid. I have their 10 gig plan. It's fine. I'd like to go on their unlimited plan, but whatever. So I still have a data bucket, and it's really annoying. So that definitely limits my 5G use a little bit. But 5G is still cool, even though there's not really a use case for me. I would be completely fine if one day 5G stopped working and I had to use 4G, because I wouldn't have an issue. So wrapping up the point about 5G, 5G is cool, but I don't have a use for it. One more thing that I really like about the 13 mini, and that's its design. I love the iPhone 13 mini's design. I know that I keep harping on this point, but it is such a nice form factor. I love just using my phone and not feeling like it's cumbersome. I have this Pixel 3 XL as a second phone for Android stuff. I'm really smart, and I cracked my Pixel 3 XL. So I don't know if you can see that, but I kind of cracked the top of my Pixel, and it's not a severe crack. When I'm not using my iPhone, I freaking love Android on the Pixel. I love the Pixel experience. It's a really nice piece of hardware. I love my Pixel 3 XL. This is an iPhone video. I'm putting that away. The design of iPhone 13 mini is amazing. It reminds me so much of my first iPhone with cell service, which was an iPhone 5. And I loved that iPhone. The design on that phone was so nice. It fit in my hand. And honestly, I kind of bought the 13 mini, not only because I wanted a smaller phone that could fit in my pocket without looking like a piece of bread in my pocket, but also because it reminds me of my iPhone 5. It's so small and so light, with all the same features from an iPhone 13 in a smaller form factor. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and someone said the small smartphone enjoyers were like a very vocal minority. And that's the minority I'm a part of, because I love small phones. Give me an iPhone 14 Pro Mini and I'd buy it. I'd eat that up, because the only features I really miss on my 13 mini are the Pro camera system from something like an iPhone 13 Pro, and ProMotion, which I would really like to have, but it would destroy the battery. I would take the hit in battery if I got ProMotion on my mini iPhone. Seriously, it's great. Okay, for context on the ProMotion part and why I like it so much, I have a 2018 iPad Pro with ProMotion. It looks really cool. I wish I had it on my phone. I've had this iPad since 2020, and I still find myself wanting ProMotion on my iPhone 13 mini, even though it would make the battery awful. I think I talked about this already, but the cases, the official Apple cases for iPhone, all iPhone models pretty much ever, are awful after a few months of use. They look really pretty on the app and in store shelves and when you first get it, but after about a month, they look rancid. Take a look at my golden brown leather iPhone 13 mini case. It looks like what I can only describe as Tim Cook, like, if he were, like, a demon sausage bear and, like, licked my phone. Like, it looks nasty. I don't want to touch it, and it legitimately feels weird to touch now. Anyway, it's awful. I can't use that leather case anymore, even though I spent, like, $60 on it. Bye. Can't use it. Other than the leather case, I have two silicone cases, which have aged all right. There's some missing silicone, little scrapes, but other than that, they're fine. Yeah, the official Apple cases for iPhone 13, or any iPhone really, are bad. You've been talking for a while. You gotta stay hydrated. Alright, so last point of the day. My iPhone upgrade path. What phone would I go to after my iPhone 13 mini has run its course? Because we already know they're not making another mini. What is my future choice? Well, I could either just say, whatever, I'll ditch the mini form factor in 3 to 4 years when it's time for me to upgrade. And I'll get something like, if I'm still looking for a mini form factor, something like just whatever the smallest phone is that they make. Because I don't want to deal with a Max phone. I almost bought a 13 Pro Max, and after using it in the store and almost dropping it, I was like, no. So I ended up going for the mini. So probably just one of their smaller phones. Or if Samsung is still making their Galaxy Z Flip series, I could see myself going for something like that. One of the reasons I love my 13 mini, other than one-handability, is pocketability. It fits in my pocket along with my wallet and my AirPods. It's great. And if I had something like a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip, I could easily see myself upgrading to something like that. Because I'm still getting the pocketability, but I'm getting the benefits that come along with having a large screen. So I could see myself going for a Z Flip in the future if they've kind of managed to perfect that glass. So yeah, something like a Z Flip I could see myself going for in the future. Or Google, if you want to make a folding Pixel, I'll buy it. I'll buy a Pixel Flip. I like the Pixels. I don't know what this video was, but I enjoyed making it. This video is going to be really annoying to edit because I've recorded all of this out of order. I'm actually recording this 15 years in the past. It is 2007. Wake up. Anyway, please subscribe. Watch my YouTube videos. Thank you.